safely here at State Farm Stadium as we get you ready for kickoff. The Arizona Cardinals and the Kansas City Chiefs. Preseason game number 2. Jonathan Gannon, one of 3 first-time head coaches in the NFL in 2023 after 2 successful seasons as the Eagles defensive coordinator. Of course, coached the Eagles to the Super Bowl where they lost on this field to the Chiefs 38-35 in Super Bowl 57. Successful debut for Gannon and company with the win over Denver last week. Cardinals won the toss and deferred, so they will kick off. Matt Prater will boot it deep to Richie James. Cardinals will head to Minneapolis on Tuesday. They will practice with the Vikings for a couple of days, wrap up the preseason next Saturday, and then cut down day at the end of the month, where the Cardinals have to trim the roster to 53. It'll be a touchback, and the Chiefs will start on their 25. 2-time MVP and 2-time Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes. Now in his 7th NFL season. The opener last year for the Chiefs was in this building against the Cardinals. Mahomes threw 5 touchdowns in that Kansas City victory. Edwards-Helaire in the backfield with Mahomes on first down. And Edwards-Helaire getting the carry, and he spun down for a loss on the play. Josh Woods getting the start tonight. Unrestricted free agent signing from the Lions. Normally out there on special teams, makes a good play on defense here.
Oh, what a nice job right there. Zaven Collins. Zaven Collins setting the edge, allowing Josh to run that down from the backside right there. And that's what I want to see, David, that gap integrity.
Saw it last week. The Cardinals were really good at the point of attack against the run. Play fake. Mahomes fires, and it's dropped at the 35-yard line by Rice. Good hit by Kaiser White, who we did not see last week. He didn't play, but he is expected to be the play caller on defense. He was with Gannon in Philadelphia a year ago.
He's nasty right here. This is a guy that likes to play football in a very physical kind of way. Watch the little pop. You got to let him know you're here, baby. Little pop in the face didn't hurt anybody.
On 3rd and long, Mahomes with time and has a completion for a first down to the 40-yard line. Keetrell Clark in coverage. There's a penalty marker down. Justin Watson made the catch. The flag is in the secondary. Greg Rolstad, our referee.
Pass interference, offense, number 84. That's a 10-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Well, it's on Watson, who caught the pass.
Well, you know what that means right there, David. Maybe he got his hands a little greasy. Little push off. That's what he got right there. Kind of ticky-tack to me, David.
I'm with you. It didn't look like much. There was certainly equal contact, but the Cardinals will take it. It's 3rd and 20 for the Chiefs on their 15. Kansas City went 14-3 a year ago. They'll open the season on a Thursday against Detroit. Dump off to McKinnon and tackled by Budda Baker at the 27. Baker making his preseason debut after not going last week, forces a punt.
Great job there by Budda Baker coming up and making that play. The Kansas City Chiefs obviously just trying to give their punt team a little breathing room right here. Flip the field a little bit. 3rd and Tucson. It's tough to convert.
Tommy Townsend on the punt for the Chiefs, and Greg Dortch will get the first crack at returning a punt tonight. It's a line drive right at Dortch. A flag is down. Dortch makes the first man miss and finally pushed out around the 44. And that flag came in as soon as Dortch made the catch.
Yeah, typically you see it so much of the time, some type of holding call on punt team or punt return, either one of those.
During the kick, holding, return team, number 35. It's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
That'll back the Cardinals up a little bit. Colt McCoy getting the start at quarterback tonight for the Cardinals again. He was 4 for 4 last week. Again, the starters tonight expected to play 2 to 3 series. We could see Clayton Tune at some point with the first group. You see James Conner in the huddle, making his preseason debut, and breaking the huddle there, Hollywood Brown as well. He did not play last week. Conner with 2 consecutive seasons over 1,000 scrimmage yards. We'll see if he gets a touch here on 1st and 10 instead of pass play. And Hollywood Brown the intended target, but he was not on the same page with McCoy that time.
No, he was not right there. The Kansas City Chiefs actually walking that 8th man in the box down low. Cardinals come out in 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends. They come out with a tight end on either side. They love that. Put the quarterback under center, running back with your toes at 6. A check with me situation right there, but
so
different outcome.
2nd and 10. Colt McCoy, 14th season, 36 years old. Gonna run Conner here off the left side. Got a crease. And finally stacked up at the 28-yard line. But that's a good run on 2nd and 10, a gain of 6. And the first man there was the safety, Brian Cook, for Kansas City.
That's what I'm talking about right here, David. You got to be able to do this. A little power scheme right there, little quick traps with James Conner. North and south. When we talk about cram the ball vertically, this is exactly what we're talking about right there. I'd love to see Conner dip and rip, finish that run a little bit more.
Still got 6 yards, 3rd and 4. Kansas City went 3 and out. Cardinals trying to avoid the same fate. McCoy out of shotgun. Gets rid of the pass. It's caught but short of the line to gain. Gain of 2. It'll be 4th and 2. Rondale Moore pulled it in. And the Cardinals will punt. McDuffie in coverage that time.
I know you didn't convert and move the chains right there, David, but honestly for me right now, I love to see that. Rondale Moore catching the ball. I realize it was a 2-yard gain in the flat, but anytime Rondale Moore can catch the ball, I want to see more of that right now.
Nolan Cooney will punt. We saw a lot of Matt Hawk last week punting the ball. Cooney and Hawk battling for the job vacated by Andy Lee. Richie James is deep. Excellent boot here by Cooney. And James over the shoulder grab inside the 20-yard line. And up to the 27 before he's dragged down by Victor Dimukeji. So each team with a 3 and out to start the game. Chiefs back on offense, and we return. Dave Pasch and Ron Wolfley back in the Ford broadcast booth, brought to you by your Arizona Ford dealers. You can also check out the Arizona Ford dealer display here at State Farm Stadium for all regular season home games. Interact with Ford's latest generation of vehicles like the Ford Bronco, Mustang Mach-E, or the legendary Ford F-150. Now Jonathan Gannon, who obviously has a defensive background but is not calling the defense. Nick Rawlis is the play caller on defense. Just turned 30 years of age a month ago. Did a terrific job last week. Shovel pass that's dropped. That's an incomplete pass. You don't see Kelsey ever drop the ball, especially on a shovel pass like that, but 2nd and 10.
Oh my goodness, that is so alarming right there. Zaven Collins coming up the field unblocked, and that's exactly what they wanted him to do, is come up the field. You could just see it. Even Travis Kelce, if you don't do it right fundamentally, taking your eyes off the ball, you got a chance to drop it.
Mahomes to the air again on 2nd and 10. And the pocket breaking down, flag down, helmet came off. Mahomes with a long throw that's caught at the 45 by Kelsey. I don't know if this play is going to come back or not, but my goodness, the wizardry of Patrick Mahomes on display even here in the preseason. Rolling to the right, throwing all the way back to the left for about a 20-yard gain.
Illegal hands to the face. Defense number 35. That penalty declined. The result of the play is 1st down.
Got to be smarter. Christian Matthew taking off the helmet of an offensive lineman.
Yeah, just can't do that right there. You got Zaven Collins coming in on the inside.
Sorry, it was Zaven Collins, not 35, which was announced by Rolstead.
Yeah, boy, what a great job of Kaiser White as well, running down Travis Kelce.
There's Nick Rawlis calling the defense on the field. Again, it was announced that it was Matthew, but you saw there Zaven Collins committed a penalty. Roll out here from Mahomes. Looking deep. And it's incomplete. Broken up by Marco Wilson. Nice job on that pass downfield.
Oh, David, this is just a fantastic job by Marco Wilson right here. The hardest thing to do is to trail a receiver running sideways across the field. That is the hardest cover when you're playing man, and that's what Marco Wilson was in, and yet he made the play on the ball. Great job by Marco.
Noah Gray was the intended receiver, 2nd and 10, just shy of midfield for the Chiefs. The end around pitch here to Richie James. Flagged out again. Boy, we've seen a handful of penalty markers. James eventually tackled by Collins downfield, about 9-yard pickup. Looks like it's coming back though. Craig Rolstad's on the air more than you are right now.
Right. Brutal. The Zebras.
Holding. Offense, number 25. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
You know, anytime you run those kind of horizontal plays, David, for the most part, you really run the risk of getting hit with a holding call.
There's Andy Reid, the legend, now in his 11th season in Kansas City. 25th overall, has won 3 Coach of the Year awards, Super Bowls with the Chiefs. They posted 5 straight AFC Championship games. Mahomes from the pocket dumps it off to Kelsey. A good hit by White again. Boy, great physical play. Jalen Thompson was in there too.
See, that's what happens, David, when you go to West by God, Virginia. Okay? Kaiser White said, "Are you kidding me right now? I'm going to come in here and give you a little smooch, Travis Kelsey." What do you say we listen to this? Listen to this, David, right here. Oh my goodness.
Bell got rung. Mahomes with the pocket again, collapsing around him, taking off. He ran out of bounds. Oh, he almost completed that, but he stepped out at the 37-yard line. So it's 4th down, and Kansas City will have to punt it.
Oh my goodness, that was so impressive. Pat Mahomes running to his right. Look at the big man, L.J. Collier. Oh my goodness.
You know, Wolf, that we were showing Andy Reid. That's the thing I think that Andy Reid deserves the most credit for. It didn't matter whether it was Donovan McNabb in Philadelphia, Alex Smith with the Chiefs, or Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs. 3 very different quarterbacks. He found ways to be a championship contender with all 3. Dortch fields it on the 7. Able to slip that first tackler, but then down he goes at the 10-yard line.
That is pure guts by Brett Dortch right there. What a great job stoking that north on the punt return.
Welcome back into State Farm Stadium. Defensive coordinator Nick Rawlis spent 1 year in Philadelphia as a linebackers coach, calling the defense from the field. He didn't like it, said it was too hard to see the routes and the angles. So the following year, he went up to the booth. The plan for this preseason as the Cardinals defensive coordinator was to try out each. However, after being on the field week 1 against the Broncos, Rawlis said he liked it too much to go back up to the booth. He said that there's true value in being able to communicate with his players face to face. Offensive coordinator Drew Petzing, on the other hand, has made the switch from the field to the booth for the game tonight. Says he wants to try both before he makes a decision on where he's going to be this season.
10th year for Petzing in the NFL. Spent the last 3 with the Browns. Cardinals from their 11-yard line. McCoy throwing it downfield, and it's pulled in. And a first down for Hollywood Brown.
That is a great job right there in regard to play action. Watch this, 12 personnel. Quarterback sets up in the pocket, and you hit Hollywood Brown on the out. That is bibbity-boppity-boo good when it comes to that play action magic.
And think about Hollywood Brown, what we saw last year. Came from Baltimore, and then he said he's a one-trick guy. He's a deep ball player. But man, we saw him make some catches in traffic last year. Excellent catches on the sideline as Connor follows his offensive line toward the near sideline and picks up about 9 yards on 1st and 10.
Boy, you got to watch this right here. You look at Trey McBride right here. You watch him. Watch this. This is Trey McBride right here, the tight end. He's going to get out in front, and he's going to bang away. Watch James Conner follow Trey McBride right here through the hole, and Trey gets the block. I know it wasn't very impressive, but still, he got the face on the chest.
And you've been calling for him to be more physical. He has a good frame, just needs to use it.
Yes.
He really came on at the end of last year as a pass catcher. You wonder if that helps his confidence in his overall game. Here's a jet sweep to Rondale Moore, getting the first down, and 2nd and short. A flag comes in after the hit by Justin Reed.
You know what this is? This is holding right here. The horizontal play once again. It's a natural reaction. You're blocking a guy. Suddenly he reacts to the horizontal action, and you react by holding him.
Holding. Offense, number 14. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
Well, Michael Wilson has done so many things right. Here in training camp and in the preseason, this is a mistake here. Got to let go.
You know, I love the kid. I got to tell you, he's super smart. He's going to be an NFL player for a long time. I love his effort. I love his brain. I love the fact that this kid is going to make a difference this year. You just can't bear hug a guy.
He's a starter. Been out here with the ones when they go with their 3-receiver set. Now an empty backfield for Colt McCoy on 2nd down and 9. McCoy leaving the pocket, being chased and picking up positive yardage. A gain of about 5 for Colt McCoy. He's always been a good athlete, even at age 36. Now in his 3rd year with the Cardinals. Remember a couple of years ago when Kyler Murray got hurt, he won some big games for the Cardinals during the regular season on their road to the playoffs.
Of course, George Karlaftis coming up, getting the edge right there. Paris Johnson Jr. doing a good job. Lost him around the edge. Colt McCoy pulled it down. Still showed the facts he's got some wheels, Dick.
So 3rd and 3 now. On the 31, Chiefs bring an extra man in pressure, and the pass delivered for a first down to Rondale Moore out to the 36-yard line.
Man, do I love to see that once again. Rondale Moore getting reps, catching the ball. Rondale Moore, if he can stay healthy, this is going to be big right there. Great job running the slant, running the 2. Colt McCoy putting it on him. Rondale Moore needs reps this preseason, needs these reps, needs to be successful with these reps.
Play clock down to 3 here. Cardinals got to hurry. And snapping in time. Play fake. And a dump off to McBride out in space. And a good open field tackle by Justin Reed. Gain of 3.
There it is right there, though, David. Here we go. 11 personnel, 1 back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. Go ahead, we'll fake the tackle zone. Then we'll have a bit of a rollout, a half roll, and boom, put it right on him. If the tight end is wide open in the flat, put it on him.
17 catches over the final 4 games of the season for McBride. 2nd round pick a year ago out of Colorado State. Put McCoy under center again. 2nd down and 6. Play action again. Colt in trouble, but it's a screen set up. Another tight end, Jeff Swaim, on the catch. And again gets positive yardage out to the 42. Willie Gay on the takedown, but at least they're moving the ball here. 3rd and manageable. 3rd about 4.
Yeah, 3rd and manageable is nice. Jeff Swaim right there, I'm sure, would like to see himself get a little bit more off of that. But, man, Jeff Swaim, just seeing him out there, involved in this offense for everything he does when he doesn't have the ball, impressive.
3rd down and 4 for the Cardinals from their 42. And the play clock winding down, but they get the play in time, and McCoy with a deep ball that's overthrown. He was going for Rondale Moore. Hard to tell if Moore stopped. It appeared that he slowed down for a second. Trent McDuffie in coverage. Cardinals have to punt.
A good job with protection as well. That time the Kansas City Chiefs, they brought 5. Really is something that you see an awful lot of in the National Football League. You see teams bring in 5. You just don't know which 5. Good job protecting Colt McCoy. Right now the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, pretty good for the Cardinals.
Cooney punting for the second time. High and deep. James letting it go and checks up at the 5-yard line and is down at the 8. Dean Mukasey was down there for the Cardinals. 2 really good punts by Nolan Cooney so far. No score here in preseason game number 2. In game number 1, Ron Wolfley got so much national attention that it resulted in Knicks menswear getting national attention, because look at the sport coat that Wolf has. Will Brinson's great tweet. You think Ron Wolfley actually looks, when you just hear him, like the dad from Teen Wolf, the movie starring Michael J. Fox in the 80s, but he actually looks somewhat normal, like the guy right. Knicks Men's Warehouse makes Wolf look even better. So Knicks Menswear doing a great job getting Wolf suited up for a preseason games, the official clothing provider of the Cardinals broadcast team. Edwards-Helaire on the carry as the Chiefs are backed up on their 8-yard line. They get out of trouble there with a gain of about 7. Ledbetter on the tackle.
There it is right there. The Kansas City Chiefs, they come out and they run the tackle zone to the right of Pat Mahomes right there. Great job again with the gap integrity until the very end right there. You can see Jonathan Ledbetter got off a little bit late with that gap responsibility. That's why the Chiefs gained 7 yards.
2nd down and 3. Mahomes looking toward the sideline and throwing it over the middle for Ross. Incomplete. So a little erratic so far offensively for the Chiefs. Mahomes just 3 for 8 passing.
Just really impressed once again with this defense competing the way that they are against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the #1 offense as far as I'm concerned in the National Football League last year. That's not going to be a surprise to anybody. They lit it up here the first game, week 1 of last season. Now the Cardinals balling.
3rd down and 3. Mahomes over the middle and has a first down, but again, violent hit that time. Chris Barnes all over Sky Moore. And Wolf, look, we talked a lot about Jonathan Gannon trying to build a foundation, set a tone, have a culture. We're seeing it on display. You can talk about it all you want, but we're seeing it now. The players have bought in.
The players are doing it, David, right there. You're talking about the physicality. You're talking about being aggressive and physical and violent inside the white lines, of course.
On 1st down, play fake. Mahomes setting up. Edwards-Helaire wide open out of the backfield. And has a first down out to the 32, gain of 11. Woods on the tackle, but after Kansas City moved the chains.
Well, I really like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Just watching him, the way he goes about his business. Excellent running back in between the tackles. Does a good job out of the backfield, of course. He's stout, too, David. That is a tough tackle right there.
I don't know if we're going to see much of Isaiah Pacheco, who was the leading rusher last year for Kansas City. Edwards-Helaire getting the carry again up the middle. Wrestled to the ground after a pickup of 4. You know, going back to our conversation on Knicks Menswear, Wolf, I'm shocked you didn't even, you didn't miss a beat. You just kept going. I'm giving you all these props for getting all this national attention, because it wasn't just Will Brinson. Even Mina Kimes from ESPN tweeted out that hearing you on a preseason telecast is like listening to a beautiful orchestra. Well,
David, this is a setup right here. I did not play the cello, and you know it. I'll take the cello and smash it over your head, though.
Good job by Jalen Thompson that time on Rice to make the tackle and bring up 3rd down, a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 3.
This is one of the other things that we've seen now through almost 5 quarters of football in the preseason. Just the Arizona Cardinals tackling, David, it's so much better. It's so much better right now, and that's part of JG and Nick Rawlis and emphasizing the physicality of the game of football, because we all know physicality is a mentality.
Nearing a minute and a half remaining here in the first quarter. Mahomes on the move and has Ross for a 1st down. Petro Clark, either Clark or Jalen Thompson made a mistake that time. Clark, a rookie, 6th-round draft pick out of Louisville. He's fighting for the starting corner job opposite Marco Wilson. Marco was shaken up, by the way, in that play on the near side of the field.
That just is Keitrell Clark right there, biting big time on the in route when it was not the in route. That was a great route being run. That's a good teaching lesson for Keitrell Clark.
Mahomes on 1st down, launches it complete inside the 30. Another big hit downfield, and they're going to get the penalty flag thrown here against Isaiah Simmons. Valdez-Scantling made the tackle. Don't know if Simmons used his helmet as a weapon that time, and that's why they threw the penalty marker. That's a point of emphasis again this year.
I just, oh my goodness. I love the fact Isaiah did it. Went in there, booty bomb.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 9. The penalty's half the distance to the goal, added the end of the play, automatic 1st down.
So Craig Rostad did not mention anything about the helmet, but let's take a look here. After a gain of 21.
You can see it right here. Valdez-Scantling he's slipping, David, as he's going to the turf. That's what made the contact what it was.
Right.
You can't blame Isaiah for that.
He actually got his helmet out of the way, but his shoulder did make, you saw their forcible contact, and they saw that, and that's why they threw the flag.
I'm going to put that as a plus.
They're going to throw that in preseason if it's close. They're going to call it a penalty to try to cut down on it. Here's a screen that's read beautifully by Barnes. Another flag, though, as Barnes drags down Edwards-Helaire. That latest flag came in late. This is going to be on the Chiefs. A loss on the play of about 4.
Man.
Illegal hands to the face, offense number 74. That penalty declined. The result of the play is 2nd down.
When we talk about physicality, Wolf, we're seeing guys react. Chris Barnes came over from the Packers, now in his 4th season out of UCLA.
Now you can see it right there, David. Hands up into the face of Victor Dimukeji. Really like Dimukeji. Want to see more of him.
Well, likely the final play here of a scoreless first quarter. Mahomes gets out of there, and his pass in the end zone is caught for a touchdown by Watson. The play can break down, but with Patrick Mahomes, it doesn't matter. He finds a way to locate the open receiver more often than not.
I got a feeling that might be the last we see of Patrick Mahomes right there as well. What a great job. Once again, 4-man rush by the Arizona Cardinals. Dimukeji pinches inside. That allows Patrick Mahomes to get outside. Pat Mahomes outside the pocket is even more dangerous than he is inside the pocket.
He's pretty good wherever he wants to be. Extra point good. Kansas City with its first team offense on the board first late in the opening quarter. .602 379-0102. Boy, it is clear with this Cardinal team. I don't know how the season's going to go. Nobody knows, obviously, especially in the NFL. You might think you got a team that's great. They may not be great. You might think you got a team that's going to struggle, and they end up being a playoff team. One thing's for sure. The Cardinals are well coached. It's very clear. Watching Wolf in practice, throughout camp, watching in the games, it's obvious. They tackle, they block. The operation is well run. Here's DiMercato getting a chance as a kick returner, and he's out past the 20-yard line. And that's the final play of the opening quarter.
I would agree with that, David. Honestly, once again, blocking and tackling, critical.
This is the end.
All the
of the
fundamentals certainly there. We'll see whether it translates to wins quickly or whether it takes a little time here in Arizona with the new regime. Ford dealers, Dave Pash alongside Ron Wolfley. The Cardinals have a new left tackle in Josh Jones, replacing DJ Humphries, who is done for the night after making his debut. Jones battling for a roster spot as that swing tackle. Kelvin Beachum, the veteran, also in the mix. New running back as well, Keontae Ingram, second-year player out of USC, was injured, did not play week 1 of the preseason. He's in there now for James Conner, whose night is likely over as well. First down for Arizona from its 21-yard line. And Ingram going to get a touch here. And finds some room out past the 30 and near a first down. Looks like he's got it. Gain of 11 for Ingram.
Oh, David, there it is right there. That is the play they've got to be able to master. 12 personnel, both tight ends to the left. You're running the tackle zone behind those 2 tight ends. They get a head-on-a-head play side. You try to build the wall backside, and Keontae Ingram found that seam and buried it.
Ingram, a 6th-round draft pick, played at Texas and USC. Running left again, and this time moves the pile out to about the 35. Derek Noddy was there first for a gain of about 3. Well, we're talking going to the break at the end of the first quarter about the coaching. Well, the guy on the left there to the right of Michael Bidwill was the man that, along with Michael, of course, hired the coaching staff. That's Monty Ossenfort, the Cardinals general manager. Monty coming over from Tennessee. Have Sean Mayo to the left of Michael Bidwill there. 3 years with the Titans for Monty Ossenfort after 15 years in New England. Paid his dues, worked his way up the ladder. Made obviously some bold moves on draft night. Got an extra first-round pick for 2024. Ingram, 3rd straight carry. This time he breaks a tackle in the backfield and then lunges out to the 39-yard line. Should have lost a couple, instead gained 3.
This is why I like this kid right here, David, out of 12 personnel. Some guys, they run the ball playing patty cake. Some guys, they're just going to eat your cake. And that's exactly what Keontae Ingram does. He runs the ball in a physical way. And if you look really closely on that mouth guard, you'll see a little frosting, David.
You didn't have dessert. That's what this is all about.
Starving.
3rd and 2. And McCoy gets rid of it quickly, but it's broken up, intended for Trey McBride. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, in coverage, so the Cardinals are going to punt it here. You know, last year, they'd go for it, even in the regular season, on 4th and 2 from their own 40. But it feels like we're going to see a different philosophy with this group.
Yeah, and that ball right there, Colt McCoy would be the first one to tell you, thrown a little bit behind. You got to lead your receiver in that situation. Colt McCoy would be the first one to tell you.
Cardinals needed an extra man. Victor Dimukeje late getting on the field. They haven't seen that a lot, though. Nolan Kuhn punting for the 3rd time. The first 2 are excellent. Smith-Marsette signaling. And fair caught around the 12. Kansas City will bring its offense back on the field. We'll see if Patrick Mahomes comes back out or if he's done for the night. 7-0 Chiefs.
Okay, here's what it'd be. It'd be 12, 33, 104, and a 24 first for 3 straight up. 12, 34, and 168 for 6 and 81. Okay, call it in. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Monty Ossenfort had been in those draft rooms for 2 decades, but never as the guy that's making the final call. As Shane Buechele is in a quarterback and has a completion for a gain of about 10 on the play. And Wolf, you read a lot of national story, and he was the talk of the draft.
He was, there's no doubt about it. Not only because he manipulated the draft, but he also got what he wanted at number 6. He got Paris Johnson Jr., what many people thought was the best offensive lineman in the draft. Got him at number 6, and this team sorely needed that.
Again, Buechele in the quarterback for Mahomes. Another pass play here to Sky Moore. A good job by Christian Matthew to make a play and get him out of bounds. Gain of maybe 1. You've been around Monty. You've had a chance to spend some time with him. What stood out to you the most?
Well, first of all, he's brilliant. It's just the numbers right there. You know me, I'm fascinated with anybody who understands numbers, and you listen to him right there talking about those numbers. He is a brilliant, brilliant guy. Savant when it comes to evaluation of players.
Big hole for Jarrett McKinnon here against the Cardinals' second-team defense. And a gain of close to 20. Go ahead and finish your point, Will.
So, you know, once again, we'll have to see his first time through. He managed the draft very, very well. But I don't know about you, David, but I also thought, man, for a first-time general manager, the way he managed the situation with Budda Baker was top shelf. I think rarely do you ever see a win-win come out of a situation like that. And yet, I think the Cardinals won, and so did Budda.
It's a great point about how he handled that, and too about the coaching staff and how Monty went about that. Another breakdown defensively. I don't know if that was on Isaiah Simmons. He was the closest man to Rice. And the Chiefs are already inside the 20-yard line of the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's amazing right now. You got a lot of the second-team players out on the field right now, and it's just some blown coverages. You can see it right here. I don't know if Isaiah thought it was man or zone. He looked confused. That'll definitely do it right there. If you don't know if it's man or if you don't know if it's zone, that'll confuse you.
A gain of 38. Still got a lot of the Chiefs starters out there. A lot of the second teamers for the Cardinals are out there. Edwards-Helaire gets the carry wrapped up by Carlos Watkins and dropped. Watkins played well last week. Had the blocked field goal. Former Dallas Cowboy.
Good job once again. Gap integrity across the board. You watch it. Carlos Watkins getting off that initial double team and making the play right there. That's going to be red dot on him tomorrow with a big plus in the plus column.
Saw Nick Wallace there, the defensive play caller. Spent the last 2 years with JG in Philadelphia. Rice with the catch and wrapped up at the 16-yard line by Barnes. I don't know if you know this, but Nick Rawlins' brother Mike is a professional wrestler. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he now goes by Riddick Moss. He's in the WWE like he's big time.
Well, this is what I love right here. That's big time to me. I love that hoodie.
See what he dials up here on 3rd down and 6 at the 15-yard line. Will he bring pressure on Buechele? Going to rush 4. And everybody covered, but there's running room for Buechele inside the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, don't like to see that, obviously, right there. 4-man rush. Buechele just moves out to his left. Pocket collapsed. You can see it right here. Yeah, moving out to his left, getting outside the pocket. Right at the end here, too, you want to see Isaiah Simmons lower the boom. You had a free shot, a full shot at doing that. That's going to be a minus tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought that maybe the quarterback was going to run out of bounds. But to your point, I would imagine he'll hear about that from the coaches tomorrow. Point after is good. It's 14-0 Kansas City. On Wolfley, Danny Sarek back at State Farm Stadium. Final home preseason game. Cardinals head to Minnesota for practice and then a game next Saturday against the Vikings. And the regular season opener is about 3 weeks in Washington, D.C. against the Commanders. We're going to start a former 5th-round draft pick at quarterback, Sam Howell, drafted last year out of North Carolina's Keontae Ingram. As the kick return a flag down. The reason I bring that up about Howell being a former 5th-round draft pick, getting a start at quarterback in just his 2nd year after barely playing in year 1. The Cardinals have a certain 5th-round quarterback of their own.
Receiving team number 80. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
Bernard Seikovits, the guilty man, but we're getting our segue to Clayton Tune. 5th round this year out of Houston. Played well last week. Did have an interception, but looked like the receiver fell down. Also had a touchdown pass.
Did a good job managing the offense. Really controlling that huddle, too. Let's see how he does this time.
As the 2nd-team offensive line in front of him. Keontae Ingram to his left. Ingram, the ball carrier. And he gets pushed back after a 1-yard gain. And Adike Uzama, 1st-round draft pick out of Kansas State, made the tackle. So Clayton Tune, who 24 years old, spent 5 years at the University of Houston, 3-time captain. I brought this up last week. Jimmy Lawrence was the Cardinals' first ever draft pick. They are related.
12 personnel right here, David.
Ingram trying to get the edge, staying alive, and finally wrapped up. Gain of about 3. But watching Clayton Tune last week and just talking to the coaches this week, they're really high on him. They like what they've seen so far. No one has come out and said for sure that if Kyler Murray isn't available week 1, that it's definitely Colt McCoy that's going to start. Obviously, Colt has got more work with the ones. It seems to be trending that way, but we still have 2 preseason games to go, and the coaches are going to play Clayton Tune a lot. From the pocket, Tune throwing downfield, and incomplete. Trying to hit Andre Michelli. Mike Edwards in coverage.
Yeah, that was late right there by Clayton Tune, David. That is late on the out, and you really don't want to be late on the out, especially against that coverage. Right there, you got quarter coverage, 4 deep, 3 underneath. A little late on that throw. You got to throw that ball on time. You can see him right there take a little hitch, and that's why he was late.
Cooney gets off another good punt. Smith-Barset backing up. Fields it inside his 25. The coverage team was late getting down there because of the 61-yard punt. And good job by the Cardinals getting downfield. Moffitt, who's been really good so far in camp, has a chance to win a job as a backup DB and a special teamer. Made the tackle downfield. Well, the starting punter job is up for grabs. Those are the 2 guys right there. You saw Matt Hawk and now Nolan Cooney battling for that job. Cooney 4 punts, average of 54.3. He's a cancer survivor. As you look at Jeff Rodgers, who's one of the top special teams coordinators in the NFL, who's back with this staff. He was with Cliff Kingsbury's staff and the 1 year that Steve Wilkes was head coach as well.
That's when you know you're really good at your job.
Bouchel getting rid of the pass to Rice. Good open field tackle that time by Nate Hairston, 60-year pro out of Temple.
Jeff Rodgers, one of the best special teams coordinators in the National Football League. You go to coaching staff to coaching staff and they retain you. That's when you know you are good at what you do. And he is.
Does a great job too at game and clock management. Was a big help to the previous staff in that regard. 2nd down and 8. Michel's pass is caught, and it's a 1st down. Matthew could not bring Rice down. So a gain of 10.
See that right there, playing cover 3. It's a 3 deep zone that they're playing. And you got to do a better job coming up, getting down lower, being stronger at the tackle right here and making this play. That's going to be a minus come tomorrow.
6 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Shane Buechele out of SMU, who's listed as the third-string quarterback. Blaine Gabbert on the depth chart at number 2. That's caught by the tight end, Matt Bushman, who's from Tucson. Antonio Hamilton, Chris Barnes over there to make the hit.
Well, that's a great job by Chris Barnes coming in there. He really is a guy that is a physical football player as well. I love what I'm seeing from Chris Barnes. It's not only in the preseason games here, but also in training camp.
So 2nd down and 5. Buechele going to hand it off. Big hole off the right side for a first down. P. Ryan, as this second team defense for the Cardinals right now having all kinds of trouble. The last possession, it was the first team offense minus Patrick Mahomes. Now you got the second team offensive line out there for the Chiefs, and they're still easily running the ball in the Cardinals defense.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Rashard Lawrence is out there as well. You got to do a better job up front. The butt guts, the guys up front got to do a better job coming off the ball, being violent with their hands.
Shane Buechele 7 of 7 passing so far, 8 of 8, hitting Rice across the middle, breaking tackles inside the 20, and finally dragged down by Woods. And Rice slow to get up after a gain of 30.
I would say right now, David, basically everything we saw the first team defense do, the second team defense has not regurgitated that very well.
Nope. We should have stopped talking at the end of the first quarter.
Yes, the tackling, of course.
Fundamentals, yes.
Yes, the tackling has gotten really, really bad. As the gap integrity as well.
You saw Rice there fumble the ball. Didn't see that live. Fumbled it, but recovered it. Another bad snap. Buechele did well to get the play off, handing it to P. Ryan. Harrison another hit. So a gain of a couple. Inside 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
You know, JJ, of course, is talking about being a much more physical team offensively, defensively, and in transition with special teams as well. That means, David, you got to bring in physical players. You got to bring in physical guys who love the physicality of the game, and let them go out and be physical by running physical schemes.
Quick throw to P-Lane out in space. He'll break a tackle and down to about the 10-yard line. So Woods on the stop eventually, but again, Christian Matthew had an opportunity to make a play and did not.
Boy, that is, well, you hate to see that. You really do. This preseason game number 2 is a big deal because it's kind of like preseason game number 3 used to be when you had 4 preseason games. Preseason game number 2 is going to be big for most coaching staffs. Right now, Christian Matthews getting the opportunity to play, but he's missed a couple of tackles.
Here's Rice getting the pitch. And stood up at the 10-yard line by Woods. Hamilton was there too. And so it's going to be 4th down. See what Kansas City does here.
You'll love to see that right there. Josh Woods. Watch him beat that block, get around the outside. He makes a first contact, but it is Antonio Hamilton that wraps.
And Wolf, we're seeing that offensive play a lot more in the NFL these days because if the ball is dropped, it's a forward pass. It's an incomplete pass in that situation. So the Chiefs will think about it during the break. 2-minute warning. See what they go. If they go for it on 4th down.
This is.
Three, 2, 1. Roll red. We're hot. See us and hear us?
Yeah, we see you and hear you, Mark, and you are dearly missed. The Arizona sports community lost a giant this year when Mark Rita passed away far too young. Longtime producer, Diamondbacks baseball. He mentored many students as well at ASU's Cronkite School. For the last decade, he produced Cardinals preseason football. And we honor him tonight in part because he was the nephew of the late great Chiefs quarterback Len Dawson. Mark, just a terrific guy, very talented, produced all different sports over a very lengthy career here in Arizona. His legacy certainly lives on with Cardinals football.
Love you, Mark, and I will see you and hear you again.
27-yard field goal is good, and the Chiefs extend their lead to 17-0. So the offense for Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes went 10 of 15 for 105 yards and a touchdown. Shane Buechele came in mostly against the second-team defense for the Cardinals and was 10 for 10 for 105 yards.
Yeah, once again, I thought the Arizona Cardinals' first-team defense that was out on the field, just like against the Denver Broncos, I thought did an excellent job on Pat Mahomes and this Kansas City Chiefs offense. I thought they did a wonderful job.
Andy Reid obviously wants to get a long look too at Shane Buechele. Again, he's got the veteran Blaine Gabbert, which you know what you're going to get from Gabbert. He's been around, been in the league for over a decade, spent 2017 with the Cardinals, started 5 games, but obviously wants a good look at Shane Buechele, and he's performed well so far. Cardinals going to get the ball back with all their timeouts, see if they get something going here with Clayton Tune at quarterback. Mercado will let this one land in the end zone. It'll come out to the 25. Well, families affected by the Hawaii wildfires urgently need support. Your donation can help the American Red Cross provide meals, shelter, and hope to these families. Please donate today. Go to redcross.org/NFL or text Hawaii to 90999 to donate $10. Your support is critical. We can't do it without you. So Clayton Tune back in at quarterback. Deontay Ingram getting more run as the second-team running back. First down from the 25. Tune's pass batted down. Connor, rookie out of Virginia Tech, defensive back, got his hands up, knocked it to the ground.
Boy, right there, he just should have come into the curl. He had Buechele right there on the numbers. Once again, this is something that they'll point out. Once they get in that tape room, we'll point it out to him, go over. This is a learning process for Clayton Tune.
2nd and 10. Chiefs bring an extra man. And Tune gets out of there. Flags are down. Pass is incomplete. 2 penalty markers thrown downfield in the middle of the field. Usually that's defensive holding.
I think you're right on that one.
Prior to the pass, holding. Defense number 30. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Wolf, I don't know what you do to warm your voice up when you've been using it a lot. I don't know if you're a hot tea and honey guy, but I think Craig Rolstad's going to need something at halftime to get that voice re-energized for the second half, because he's been talking a lot.
There's a lot of dirty laundry all over the field in this first half. No doubt about that.
I see over there with your lozenges. Don't act like you don't work on your voice.
Stop it.
That's offside. Clayton Tune taking off and heading out of bounds, but there's a Kansas City defender that was in the backfield before the snap.
You had to
Offside.
say it, David.
Defense number 90. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
I give Craig props, so he's still enunciating and he's very energized. He's punctuating his words. He's got great energy still.
He's doing an excellent job officiating the game. Unfortunately, there's a lot of penalties to be had out there on the field.
Wolf, you have to project your voice. You know that. You got to cut through. Craig's doing that right now. 1st and 5. Tune from the pocket throws a deep ball to Dortch, and it's incomplete. DiCaprio Boodle was in coverage. There's a name for you.
Boy, that is a good one right there. Greg Dortch running the corner route right there. Got to give him an opportunity to make a play. That right there now is 3 times we've seen Clayton Tune overthrow Greg Dortch. Greg Dortch is not the tallest of wide receivers, granted. I think even Clayton would tell you he's got to do a better job on that.
They keep bringing pressure at Tune as well. Dumps it off to Deontay Ingram. He picks up a first down. I wonder ultimately if the Cardinals coaches will thank Steve Spagnuolo for dialing it up today, because it's giving Clayton Tune some good reps against this stuff in live games. Yes, it is, David. And right there, Keontae Ingram once again making somebody miss, making a play. This is big. Give Tune credit, right? Making the right decision there. Absolutely, but Keontae Ingram moved the chains. I love that kid. Four-man rush this time. Tune hitching, taking off, and getting out of bounds, gaining about 2. Last 2 years, Clayton Tune threw 70 touchdown passes. 30 in 2021, 40 in 2022. He's a much better athlete than I thought he was. Just watching him move in training camp, of course, it became very clear he was a much better athlete. Now he's got to get the mental game down and master that. We mentioned Sam Howell already with Washington. Brock Purdy last year started as a 7th-round pick. Without San Francisco to the NFC title game. Tune throwing downfield, complete to Bocelli inside the 40. And the 34-yard line for a gain of 21. Oh, what a thing of beauty this is right here. Look at the pocket, first of all. Great pocket. Step up into the pocket. Hit the dig route, the deep end. Cardinals going up tempo inside, a minute to go. Tune leaving the pocket and throwing it away. But going back to the point about as a late couple flags come in now. More laundry, but the point about Howell and Purdy is it doesn't seem to matter anymore whether you're drafted at all, where you're drafted. It feels like Russell Wilson kind of started that about a decade ago when he was a 3rd-round pick, and he started over Matt Flynn, who got a lot of money as a free agent in Seattle. That if the coaching staff thinks you're the right guy, regardless of where you're picked, they're going to start you, even if you're not the guy making the most money.
Ineligible man downfield on the offense, number 71. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Well, and as we all know, Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick.
Right, started over Bledsoe. I guess you could go back there. I guess my point is it's become, I don't know if commonplace is too strong, but you see it more often than you did back when Brady replaced Bledsoe. But you don't have the guaranteed money with 1st-round picks like you did 15 years ago. As Tune spins out of a sack and throws the ball away. He appeared to be outside the pocket as well. Drew Tranquil had him, but couldn't bring him down.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there, David. When you look at Clayton Tune, that was one athletic play.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 30. Wow. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I think at this point we should just leave Craig Rolstad's mic open for the rest of the first half. He can jump in whenever he wants, and that way.
Oh yeah, we call that a jersey jockey right there, David. Go ahead. I mean, Boodle got his hands all over some booty.
Okay. First down after the penalty. Tune back to throw. And Keontae Ingram wide open. There are actually 2 Cardinals basically in the same space. Ingram gets a first down, stopping the clock with 39 seconds to go after a gain of 12.
This is what I love with Keontae Ingram, David, right here. This kid is a goat rider. This kid would ride a goat into a stampede. I love the way he plays the game. He's not afraid. He's not a big guy. He is a little stout, got a little thick to him, got a little butt, but he's not afraid. Runs it hard.
I don't know what's with you in rear ends tonight. That's all you're talking about. Tune gets out of there on first down, again showing his athletic ability. And he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds to stop the clock with 31 seconds to go. There's all that college experience on display, knowing time and score late in the first half. Situational football.
Absolutely right there, stepping up and making a play with his legs. This is the kind of athleticism that he's got. Does a good job trying to keep his eyes down the field, but he knows when he's got to go. And when you got to go, you got to put the ball in, you got to tuck it, and you got to pick it up and move the chains.
Cardinals down 17-0, trying to get something here before halftime with 31 seconds to go. Tune looking, going to the end zone. Incomplete. George could not come up with it. Connor in coverage. Looked like a catchable ball.
Boy, that is a tough throw right there, and it looked like, yeah, he put it right in. But Greg Dortch would have been out of bounds on that, David, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, that's a great effort by Greg Dortch.
Tune 3 for 8, 41 yards, 26 seconds to go here in the half. Cardinals can run the ball. They have all their timeouts. Tune to throw. Fires complete inside the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. That time he connected with Greg Dortch, and the Cardinals are on the board.
Oh, he got him. He's been targeting Greg Dortch all of preseason. He got him on the crossing route, put it on him in stride, a very accurate throw. What a great job right there. Greg Dortch running the in. Clayton Tune put it on him, and then this is Greg Dortch. The desperation and the effort to break the plane and get it in.
Dortch last year, 52 catches, a pair of touchdowns in his 3rd year out of Wake Forest. Every time he played last year, he did something good. He made plays when he was out there. Cardinals, he's got a great chance to make this roster as they're looking at this one upstairs. Want to make sure that Dortch got in. That's why it's taking a little bit longer here.
I just like the fact that Clayton Tune has targeted Greg Dortch here in the preseason a lot. Look at the throw, right in stride. Put it right on him in stride. Boy, that allowed Greg Dortch to get that thing in.
Yeah.
That's a touch, right, David?
I think so. I don't know that there's, I don't think there's enough evidence to overturn it, but they are taking some time looking at this. But you have to think, Hollywood Brown.
The previous play is under review.
They're going to review further. You have to think Hollywood Brown, Rondell Moore, Zach Pascal, and Michael Wilson are certainties. And if you disagree, that's fine. But obviously they drafted Wilson for a reason. They like him a lot. I think Dortch is in that group. Again, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but it seems pretty clear cut. I do know that the coaching staff likes some of the younger guys.
Yeah.
Even from this group that were not drafted, but maybe they keep more than 5.
I think Greg Dortch is here. That's what I think.
Do you think it's 5, or do you think they keep more than 5? And Andre Bocelli's a guy that they like. The previous coaching staff liked as well.
After review, the run was down at the half-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal. Timer, please put 21 seconds on the game clock. Arizona will take their first team timeout. It's a 30-second timeout.
Boy,
man, I don't know about that.
You're not supposed to be able to overturn a call via replay unless it is conclusive beyond all doubt. And I mean, look,
it's his right knee.
Yeah, they're looking at the left one, though, Wolf.
Man, David, he broke the plane.
I thought so too.
How you can say that's conclusive evidence? Man.
Well, Cardinals still have plenty of time and 2 timeouts here. 21 seconds left. Ingram stacked up, pushing the pile, and did not get in. The Cardinals are going to have to call another timeout.
The ruling on the field is the one that was short of the line, short of the goal line. Second charge timeout, Arizona.
14 seconds left, 1 timeout remaining.
Man, this would be an excellent opportunity to run the quarterback sneak that the Philadelphia Eagles made so famous last year. Every team in the league ought to be running this. I can't stand the rule. It's an outrage. It's ridiculous. You can't allow it. And yet, it's legal in 2023.
Well, explain it. That's where
That's where the entire team basically gets behind the quarterback on a quarterback sneak, and they push him across.
Right. You can push a ball carrier. You can't pull a ball carrier.
It's ridiculous that you can do that.
But I don't know that they're going to do that
be.
Preseason, though. You think they're going to do that here in preseason?
Why not? You need reps. You need to execute it. You need to do it right.
Well, maybe they will.
I mean, honestly, I'm just saying, you're not going to surprise anybody that you're going to do it. Everybody should be doing it. The conversion rate on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 is like 98% when you do it.
Well, they are putting him under center here. It is 2nd and goal. 15 seconds left. And movement by the Cardinals. That will eliminate any sort of push. You're not going to do it from 6 yards
start.
out.
Offense, number 78. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
They may need to give the mic to one of the other officials in the 2nd half just to get Craig a break, give his voice some rest. So 2nd and goal in the 6. 2 into the air. Good time. Throws end zone. That's high and incomplete, going for Pascal. 11 seconds to go in the half. 3rd and goal.
What I like about that right there is Clayton Tune didn't really throw that with a lot of conviction, so he threw it high. You know what I mean, David? I think that was just kind of a, oh, okay, you're either going to make an incredible, unbelievable fingertip catch, or this thing's in the back of the end zone.
Third down and goal with 11 seconds remaining in the first half. They keep it on the ground here, and Ingram is into the end zone for the touchdown. They run the ball on 3rd and goal from the 6 and find Bader.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about, David, right there. He's a goat rider. Get on the goat and run it into a stampede. Not afraid. Keontae Ingram runs much bigger than what he is, and he got a little help from his friends, didn't he?
And look at Leo Chanel. He's a starting linebacker for the Chiefs. Ingram just ran right through him.
Love it.
Later on for the point after. It took a while because the original touchdown call got overturned by replay, but eventually Arizona gets on the board. And the Santan Ford scoring drive summary presented by Santan Ford and Gilbert. Santan Ford of the Arizona Cardinals. We are Santan Ford. Keontae Ingram after 12 plays. And a drive that started on the Arizona 25-yard line. It's a good 2-minute offense.
You love to see that right there. Once again, how about the last 2 games, David? 90 seconds in game 1. David Blau took him down the field. And you didn't have a whole lot more here, and sure enough, Clayton Tune takes him down the field, gets him in. That's what you like to see. And you know what, David? You teach off that tape.
Well, there's some good competition at running back. James Conner, obviously. Keontae Ingram, who we liked last year, but did not play early in preseason and in camp because of injury. Corey Clement, the guy that's been around. DeMarcado, undrafted out of TCU, on the big stage in the National College Football Playoff semifinals last year, played well. Tyson Williams has looked good at times.
Yeah, right now, David, that is a big position on this team. Backup running back to James Conner.
Be a touchback and come out to the 25 for one more play. And just one cut down this year. They don't cut until August 29th. They'll cut down to 53. But the Cardinals, look, everybody does it, but I have to think the Cardinals are going to be as active as anybody because obviously they're building. They have a new group in the personnel department and coaching staff. You're going to see a lot of transactions. So even if you survive that first cut, doesn't mean you're on the team. Chiefs take a knee, and that will end the first half.
One of the big changes in the game of football, because Back when I was playing, David, back in the late 80s, early 90s, they'd cut you any day, anytime. They didn't care. They didn't need a reason to cut you. They were going to cut you.
They still are going to cut guys. I mean, they already have.
No.
But I'm just saying that you don't have to cut before that. All right, let's go to Danny Surek down there.
Coach, running back Keontae Ingram forced his way into the end zone to end the half. What do you like about the run game?
Yeah, he's running violent, and they're getting some good push in there. We just got to make sure that we keep that going, don't get behind the sticks.
Down 10 at the half, what do you emphasize to your defense in the locker room?
We can't give up as many explosives as we just did, so we got to tackle a little bit better and play the coverages a little bit better.
Thanks, Coach. Cardinals down 17-7 to the Kansas City Chiefs. Running back Keontae Ingram putting them on the board with that touchdown. More from State Farm Stadium next.
Dave Pasch, Ron Wolfley back at State Farm Stadium. Kansas City leading the Cardinals 17-7. Keontae Ingram with a touchdown run just before halftime. He had 7 carries for 28 yards. He had 2 catches as well. Patrick Mahomes, the big story early on, Wolf.
Yeah, he did a great job, David, once again, moving out of the pocket. And as you said, he's so good from the pocket. I think the only place he might be even better is outside the pocket. The plays that he makes. And Clayton Tune did a great job coming back, throwing this deep in route to Bocelli, orchestrating the offense, executing it right here. Keontae Ingram, once again, will not be denied and got that thing in. That's who he is. I love him. He's a fearless football player. And I think right now the leader in the clubhouse to be the backup to James Conner right now.
See the numbers for both teams. Clayton Tune, by the way, started 0 for 3, but went 4 for 6 for 51 yards after that at 13 rushing yards. Cardinals will get the ball to start the second half. Halftime report brought to you by Nissan. We've made cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Clayton Tune will start the second half as well. Davion Davis is back deep to return the opening kickoff. Cardinals will head to the Twin Cities early next week. They will practice with the Vikings at their facility. Jonathan Gannon coached for the Vikings at one point. In fact, a lot of connections to the state of Minnesota. Monty Ossenfort grew up there. And then the Cardinals and Vikings will square off next Saturday. It'll be interesting to see how many starters for both teams actually play in that game.
I'm just guessing, David, but not a lot.
And Davis muffed the kick, and he gets undercut at the 10-yard line. So big mistake there, trying to make the team, can't put the ball on the ground. And Davis knows that.
Wow, he got sawed off too. Oh,
Lamar Jackson,
man. Very, very physical. That's what still happens on kickoffs and kickoff returns, obviously. Depending on your perspective, you can still get lit up.
Bernard DiMercado's in the game and running back. And he gets the carry here. He gets walloped at the line of scrimmage. In fact, lost yardage on the play. Jack Cochran was in there first for Kansas City. One thing, Wolf, I don't think we're going to see much of in the preseason. I'm sorry to bring this up because I know you hate it, but it is a rule change, at least for a year. We're definitely going to see it in the regular season, and that is you can fair catch now on kickoffs in the field of play. Obviously, if it's before the 25-yard line, it will be automatically placed on the 25, even if you fair catch the ball at the 5-yard line. Run play to the right, and that's about 2 yards. Yeah. 3rd and long. Player safety obviously in mind there with that rule.
Yeah, David, you know, listen, I understand. I want to protect the players as well. The one thing about the game of football, and I think we all understand this, is, you know, you can't make it a safe game. It's never going to be a safe game. You can make it safer, there's no doubt, but at some point in time, players, they understand what they're dealing with, and they know they've got to deal with the danger that comes with that.
Clayton Tune hoisting it deep, and there's a penalty marker down. It was incomplete. Davis, the intended target. And Khalif Hail-Lassie made contact with him. I don't know if he was throwing that ball away or what, but it actually was on the money.
Defense, number 12. The ball replaces the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
Yeah, I would say on that one, way too late by Clayton Tune throwing that ball. But again, he was under the gun and he threw it out there. But I just to finish my thought right there, David, once again, it's one of the things that we all love about the game of football is I think we all know there is some danger involved into it. And I think that's appealing to a lot of the fans that watch it because they know it's a tough game.
Tune off play action. Has a completion out to the 41. Another big hit. Tongiai with the catch, cut down by Connors, made some plays. Noah Tongiai, second year out of Oregon State with the Eagles a year ago.
Boy, this is something Clayton Tune is doing so very well right here. Running the tackle zone once again, only this time it's a bootleg coming off of it, and there's Noah Tongiai. You put it on him, he's wide open. It's like stealing. It's 2nd and 2 because of that play.
DiMercato in trouble in the backfield, does well to get the corner and out of bounds, but he got the first down. There was nothing happening there up the middle, so he busted it to the outside. You think about what he did here in the Fiesta Bowl last year at 150 yards for TCU against Michigan in a college football playoff game.
That's a nice job right there, getting that ball. Fundamentals right there, getting it into the left hand, freeing up that inside hand to chuck somebody, get a little stiff arm action. DiMercato has been impressive.
I haven't seen Corey Clement at all tonight. Don't know that we need to. He's a veteran of the Cardinals, know very well. Tune goes underneath, checking it down to DiMercato. Brought down after a gain of 3.
Looked like he was looking down the field, a shot down the field, and then decided to check that down. Bercelli running deep down the route. You know, it's one of these deals, too. We're going to see a lot of this. 7-man and 8-man protections from the Arizona Cardinals as well. That's the next progression I think we'll see because of all the play action that they're running.
Empty set here, 2nd down and 7 for Tune. In trouble, eludes one man, throws deep, and out of bounds, going for Davis. So it'll be 3rd and 7.
Right, once again, though, you see it, don't you? Clayton Tune doing a nice job. He's a little greasy. He's a little slippery right there. Throwing the ball up. Look at Davis go up and elevate. Oh, ball comes out, but man, he elevated David.
3rd and 7 now. Whether to see the Cardinals go for it at all on 4th down if they can get 4 or 5 yards here. Haven't seen him go for it yet on 4th down, I think, in the preseason. There's Bercelli. They won't need to go for it. They get the first down. Bercelli coming free, and Tune finding him. You see the arm talent on display there from Clayton Tune.
Well, that looked like Tampa too. 2 safeties high, playing heavy over the top. Mike Backer running down the middle of the field. Bercelli just running that crossing route. Great job once again, Clayton Tune putting it on stride and in stride, letting them actually convert and move the chains.
Ball on the 42. 4-minute drive here to start the 3rd quarter for Arizona, trailing by 10. And run it, DiMercato. And not much, maybe 2 on the play. Cole Christensen in there first. DiMercato, rookie from TCU, 24 years old.
Boy, you can hear that all the way up here, couldn't you? Man, football is football. The pads popping. Stick it on them.
DiMercato leaving the backfield, so empty here for Tune on 2nd and 8. Kansas City brings pressure. Tune gets out of it again and takes off. Down at the 36-yard line, so he gained 4 yards.
Well, I think Clayton Tune, if he goes back and he looks at this, did a great job once again getting out of the pocket, moving to his right. Man, he might want to cut that thing north. Cut that thing back. You watch him right here. Okay. Free hitter gets out of it. Instead of going to the right, the sideline, he may have wanted to go north.
3rd down and 4. Clement is in the game, running back. Tune gets rid of it quickly, and it appeared that it was just a drop. Yep, by Tongiai, so it's 4th down. Cardinals are going to try a field goal here.
Oh, that was a great read by Clayton Tune right there. Got the ball out quickly and right on the spot with Noah Tongiai. Oh, Tongiai has had a great training camp as well and a great preseason. Right on the money. He's made those catches. Oh, that's tough.
A 54-yard field goal try for Matt Prater, the all-time leader in NFL history. Field goals of 50 yards or longer. This has plenty of leg, and it's good. Matt Prater buries a 54-yard field goal to get the Cardinals within 7.
Matt Prater, bull rider.
So Matt Prater with a 54-yard field goal. He's made 71 career field goals of 50 yards or longer. That's #1 in NFL history as we look at our Santan Ford scoring drive summary presented by Santan Ford and Gilbert. Santan Ford and the Cardinals, we are Santan Ford. Clayton Tune, 7-for-14 for 73 yards passing. Got the Cardinals in field goal range there. Prince will return this for the Chiefs. And he slips and falls, gets up to run again, and bobbled up. Lucetta there first for the Cardinals. By the way, Kansas City quarterbacks, as we look at Blaine Gabbert, they've completed their last 17 passes. Fix your mic there, Wolf. There you go.
Wow.
3 for 8 to start, and now they've completed 17 in a row. Wolf had his mic up.
You got to be kidding me right there, David.
You're having a snack during the commercial break. Got to put your mic back. And Blaine Gabbert, former first-round pick out of Missouri. And hand it off here to Keeline, who's out to the 20. Remember, Gabbert was here with Carson Palmer and Drew Stanton.
I do.
Started 5 games for the Cardinals in 2017 when there were injuries. Bruce Arians brought him with him to Tampa Bay. He's a big Blaine Gabbert guy. That's
He's a
for sure.
big Blaine Gabbert guy. Let's see what Blaine's got here.
NFL season, 33 years old. Gabbert hits Ross. And you got to think that Justin Ross is fighting for a roster spot out here still in the second half on the field. Got the first down.
Made a couple of plays here. Once again, I want to see the competition elevated here by whoever is on the defensive side of the ball for the Arizona Cardinals. I want to see no blown assignments, and I want to see them tackle better than what we saw in particular in that second quarter.
Midway point of the 3rd. Arizona down 7. Gabbert to throw again. And taking a shot. Got a man open. It's caught at the 30-yard line for a first down. Smith Marset on the grab. Got behind the defense. It's a gain of about 45.
Well, there it is right there. 4-man rush. Excellent pocket for Blaine Gabbert. And on the corner, baby, he puts it right on him. We were talking about, what do you got, Blaine? He's got a whole lot of that.
Well, he's always had ability. His arm, his athleticism. That's why it was a first-round pick. That was a 46-yard pass play. Now he's got Prince to his left on first down to the Cardinal 30 with a play clock at 1. Gabbert has another completion. This time Rice inside the 20. And a gain of 11 to the 19.
Boy, just operating right now. Giving up way too much. The Cardinals playing a 3-deep zone.
Andy Reid. Matt Nagy is back, by the way, with the Chiefs. Eric Bieniemy now in Washington. The Cardinals will go against him as the Commanders play caller week 1. You got Nagy, who is head coach of the Bears for a bit, back in Kansas City with Andy Reid. Prince between the tackles for about 4.
Well, right there, you'd like to see it. A little gap integrity, getting off the ball, stuffing your gap and getting off the block and then making a tackle. That is a job well done by Kevin Strong.
Saw Matt Nagy there. Previously had called plays for getting the Bears head coaching job. Things didn't work out. Back to the Chiefs. 2nd down and 6. Gabbert with a pump fake. Lob into the end zone. Wide open man, but he overthrows Ross. It looked like a mistake by Christian Matthews. Had a rough night.
Yeah, it did look that way once again, David. And I'm not 100% sure that he blew that coverage or his responsibility. But once again, out of a bunch formation, man, that should have been a touchdown. Kansas City Chiefs touchdown. A blown assignment in the back end.
So 3rd and 6 now for the Chiefs. Gabbert from the pocket dumps it off, and a broken tackle results in a 1st down and a touchdown. Smith-Marsette got hit at the 10-yard line by Sachere, bounced right off of him and took it to the house.
Boy, that's just what we were talking about, David. Didn't want to see any blown assignments here on this possession and wanted to see them tackle well. That's exactly what did not happen for the Arizona Cardinals on this possession right here. Sachere right there misses that tackle. It's an easy walk-in after that.
And the point after makes it 24-10 Kansas City midway through the 3rd quarter. Successful Cardinals field goal. Signal will make a donation to Cardinals charities benefiting Homeward Bound, which provides comprehensive services to help families experiencing homelessness with prevention, shelter, and aftercare programs. With your help, we can end homelessness for families in our community. Danny Surratt down on the field. Dave Pash, Ron Wolfley up here in the booth. Midway through the 3rd quarter, Kansas City extending its lead to 14, 24-10. Again, the first team offense and defense for the Cardinals for the 2nd straight game had a strong showing. Second group tonight, not so much. Davis on the return. Past the 25.
Wow, that is an excellent job by Davis right there. Finding the crease. He stumbled a little bit before he saw that daylight, before he got into the crease. That's a great job by him of stoking that thing.
Got to think Clayton Tune will play the rest of the quarter, and then likely David Blau gets the 4th. Jeff Driscoll, who is also battling for a roster spot at quarterback, he is out again tonight with injury. DeMercado, the running back. Look at the carry. And up to about the 28-yard line. I see Wolf to my right, like out of the corner of my eye, every time the quarterback's under center and the running back is 6 or 7 yards deep. Like you're salivating. You're appreciating this so much because it's old school football.
David, it is old school football. Well, right there, it's an integral piece to this offense and the evolution of this offense, and you've got to be able to do it. That play is integral because you're going to throw the ball. You're going to use play action off of that action on that running play. You've got to be able to run that play and execute it well.
Run it again. DeMercado's ripped down in the backfield by Malik Herring. A loss on the play of a yard or 2.
You know, based on game plan, of course, week to week when you get into the regular season, man, you get in that 12 personnel with a tight end on either side, a balanced 2x2 with a running back with his toes at 6, your quarterback's under center. You're going to go up there, and based on what you like and what you've seen, based on the fronts they play and the players they have, you're going to run a check with me and you're going to rip the ball.
3rd and 8, Tune to throw. Steps up, fires over the middle, and it's dropped. Pacelli could not hang on to it. 4th down.
Oh, wow. That was an excellent read by Clayton Tune. A little high on the throw, but you'd like to see your receiver come down with that. You get 2 hands on that ball, and he did get 2 hands on that ball. You'd like to see him come down with it, but it still was a little high. Great job by Clayton Tune stepping up into the pocket.
Matt Hawk will punt now. Nolan Cooney was punting earlier. Snap a little bit low. Hawk gets it away. Smith Marset moving forward, and he muffed the punt, but boots it out of bounds. So it'll be Kansas City ball when we come back. 24-10, the Chiefs lead. Dave Pasch alongside Ron Wolfley.
That is so cool.
Cardinals defense on the field. 4:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter with Kansas City leading 24-10. Nick Rollis, defensive coordinator, calling the plays from the field for the 2nd straight game. Says he really likes it down there. Originally he was going to call it from upstairs week 2, but decided he liked it so much after week 1 he's going to stay down there. There's a gain of about 8 on 1st down. Well, as you look at the Cardinals secondary, there are a couple of sure things. You've got Budda Baker and Jalen Thompson, 2 very high paid, very good safeties. Marco Wilson right now appears to be CB1. Everything else seems up for grabs. Keitrell Clark has played a lot in preseason with the ones. Christian Matthew as well. Antonio Hamilton obviously has a lot of experience. Garrett Williams, rookie out of Syracuse, is hurt. Injured during his last year at Syracuse. Big hole on the ground again. And a gain of 16 to the 47.
I think David Keitrell Clark has made this team. I think you could see him as the nickel corner, no doubt. But beyond that, I think the waiver wire could also factor into this. See, that's the problem right there. It's not just the guys you're competing against on the roster. It's also when the waiver wire comes rolling around, especially that cut. You know what? Could be trouble.
Gabbert has a completion to Bushman. Grabbed at the ankles and brought down to the 22. One of the interesting guys on that list is Isaiah Simmons, who's been starting as a 3rd safety. He was on the kickoff team tonight with the 1st group. Obviously, the future up in the air for Simmons beyond this year.
He's a guy that is a bit of an enigma, David. A bit of a mystery. He's got all the athletic talent in the world. It's just, does he have too much? And because of that, it's hard to find him a position.
The 22, P. on the cutback. Lucetta coming backside, makes the tackle after the gain of 2.
And Isaiah Simmons, when you watch him play as well, he's not afraid, David. He will stick his face into the fan. There's no doubt about it, but man, he's got to do it efficiently wherever they put him and consistently.
Saw Simmons get penalized for what looked like a questionable call, and then also had a chance to make a hit on the quarterback at the goal line and could not make the play. Gabbert on 2nd and 8. Over the middle, it's caught. Close to the goal line, waiting for the signal.
Boy, Blaine Gabbert, operating.
It was Bland that made the catch. The officials still have not made a call yet as to whether, I mean, the ball came out, and the Cardinals recovered it, but it looked like he was down by contact. The question is, was he in the end zone or down by contact at the 1, or did he never have
that ball?
I think it's incomplete pass.
That ball was moving, David.
Yeah, I just think it's an incomplete pass, right? They still haven't made a call, though.
Well, I think they've marked him short.
The ruling
correct?
on the previous play is a catch, fumbled into the end zone, recovered by the defense for a touchback. First down and 10, Arizona.
So right now, everybody here wants it to be completion. I'm not sure that it will be ruled that way, but it did take the officials a while to make the decision. Ruled on the field, a catch here by Blanton. But again, looks like down by contact or perhaps an incomplete pass. A catch and down by contact. It was either that or incompletion, but they ruled that he had possession and then down by contact.
I don't know about that, David. The pig seemed to be moving in his elbow, did it not?
And where was the ball? I mean, he landed, it looked like, in the goal line, but the ball did not cross, apparently. Play action, Gabbert rolling out. Back of the end zone throw. Powell is there. And it's a touchdown.
Well, you give the Chiefs credit right there. Blaine Gabbert, little play action, rolling out to his right. Found the open receiver right there. Stuck with it, got the opportunity, got that second chance, if you will, and Powell made him pay.
Butker on for the point after. And it's 31-10, Kansas City.
Yeah, the biggest thought that I have, David, right now, just watching this, is just once again the difference between how well that first-team defense went out there and competed. Now, once again, I get it. The Kansas City Chiefs scored a touchdown. The Chiefs are an excellent football team, and if you watch that first half, and I know it's preseason, but the Arizona Cardinals defense competed out there on the field much better than what I expected to see for the second game in a row.
I think that is the right word to use, Wolf, is that, and I think it's encouraging for Cardinal fans for 2023 from this standpoint. It feels like this team's going to fight, that they're going to compete, they're going to play hard. Don't know how many games they're going to win, but again, when you're trying to build a culture and a foundation, you need tangible signs that people are buying in. We've seen that. We know that. That's clear. It's obvious that the players have bought what Monty asked them for, and the coaches are selling. We'll see what the results look like on the field in 2023. But I still feel, even though you look at the score with you 31-10, there's a lot to be encouraged about with the guys that are actually going to be on the final 53 as Davis is upended at the 20-yard line. Single game tickets for the 2023 season are available now. Visit azcardinals.com/ticks to secure your seats. Doesn't mean that it's been perfect, and there are guys that probably going to make the team that made mistakes tonight, but overall, when it comes to physicality, the operation from the head coach down, what we're seeing, again, you got two new coordinators, first time that they've had this much work at calling plays. Plays are getting in. There are penalties on both sides tonight. Two in trouble here, but it's a screen to DiMercato, and he's got a first down before he's shoved out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
DiMercato, once again, flashing a little bit here tonight, David. A good job. Here's a guy that has a shot to make this roster, make the 53. Now, it could be tough, but I like what I see from DiMercato.
You wonder, how many, didn't play a ton of special teams in his college career.
It's going to work against him.
And as You know, we've seen him back there returning some kicks, but you just don't have a lot of kick returns anymore. That pass is incomplete. Intended for Whitehart, could not come up with it. I mean, going back to what we were talking about before with the fair catches this year, and if that's something that eventually is full-time or they eliminate kickoffs altogether, now that changes how you put together a roster.
David, I'm still trying to get over the elimination of the Oklahoma drill. Did you really have to bring up the kickoff?
I'm just telling you, it seems like it's trending that way. Every year there's something, there's a new wrinkle on ways, again, with player safety in mind. Caden Davis on the catch. They really like him. He's flashed a lot in practice, and in these 2 games, he takes it to the 41-yard line. He was on the Broncos practice squad a year ago.
David, watch this. Caden Davis right here. Good blocking out in front, but he's a long strider, David. He's got these long strides. Very deceptive burst and speed from Caden Davis. Man, that kid, I think he's got a chance. Maybe the practice squad, but I think he's got a chance.
He's from Northwest Missouri State. Hand off to DiMercato up the middle. Inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line.
This is the end of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. We have one more to go in the final home preseason game of 2023. Jonathan Gannon, first-year head coach for the Arizona Cardinals. After spending 2 seasons as the Philadelphia Eagles defensive coordinator, also spent time with Minnesota, the Colts, Tennessee, Atlanta. Played for Bobby Petrino at Louisville, got hurt, and that ended his playing career. Went immediately into coaching when he was at Louisville as a GA. And the rest is history. There's Clayton Tune taken off. And Tune close to a first down. That's his 4th carry. And he's rushed for about 22 yards. He's also passed for 111. He's 9 for 18 through the air.
Another good job right there. Good decision. Clayton Tune pulling it down. Quarter coverage, 4 deep, 3 underneath. Did a nice job pulling it down and converting, moving those chains.
From the 32. Tune out of the backfield finds DiMercato. He's made a couple of catches now. Gain of 3.
Cover 2 being played right there by the Kansas City Chiefs. So prevalent in the National Football League. Those 2 safeties high, 5 underneath. Rush 4.
Play fake. Tune spinning out, lobbing it complete to Whitehart inside the 20 and down to the 15. Whitehart came into this game leading the team in receptions after week 1. Rookie out of Wake Forest.
Nice little touch pass by Clayton Tune to Whitehart. Turns it up and stokes it. Like to see a little more rip on the end of that thing. Dip that shoulder, make him pay.
DiMercato tried to cut it back. He got mauled that time by Cochran.
Boy, Cochran has made a couple of nice plays here. Done a good job getting off blocks, wrapping. So much of the time, David, guys try to come up with big hits, but you still got to wrap. Always wrap.
Steve Spagnuolo, the excellent defensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, former head coach of the then St. Louis Rams. Cardinals used to face him twice a year. Tune got tipped at the line, so now it's 3rd and 10.
Trying to hit Caden Davis right there on the drag.
It was Josh Kando Got a hand up.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a shot into the end zone right here.
3rd and 10. Got to get to the 6. Cardinals maybe 4 down, depending on if they want more work for their field goal unit. Tune sensing pressure, gets out of there, pump fake, now takes off. Tune inside the 10, close to a 1st down. We'll see where they spot it. He was right at the 6 when he went out of bounds, but again showing great athletic ability.
Wow, did you see the burst right there from Clayton Tune? Got outside the pocket, made a nice job, little fake, got a defender into the air and then hit the Jets.
It'll be 4th down, though he was just short. He was trying to stick the ball out, I think, but there was a defender there. He's maybe a little worried that if he stuck it out there, that maybe it gets batted away into the field of play. So 4th down on a yard. Quarterback sneak. And Tune looks like he has it. There's a little push from behind from Corey Clement, the running back coming in. It is a 1st down, though. 1st and goal.
I love that. They put Corey Clement in there. Let him get behind him and push. I guarantee you that's going to happen here. You're going to see every team in the league do what the Philadelphia Eagles do on the quarterback sneak. Put all their guys behind it, just push the quarterback forward.
Tune hands it off to Clement, spinning away from the defender. And down to about the 1.
It's dogma, David. It's dogma. You believe in it. It's the tackle zone once again. You get a hat on a hat play side. You try to build that wall backside somehow, some way, create a seam, and let your running back, who's got great vision, find that seam.
I put Whitehart tight end in the backfield with Clement here on 2nd and goal. Tune on the boot, back of the end zone throw. Touchdown, Bocelli. Flag down though. Love the call from Drew Petzing, the design and everything. Bocelli was wide open. Looks like it's coming back. See what the flag is,
though.
Oh,
man.
Illegal crackback block. Offense number 39. That's a 15-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
It's on Caden Davis. That's a big penalty. 15-yarder. Right there.
Oh, man. David, you know, can you call that a crackback block? I guess. Don't you have to crack something?
Again, I wonder
to make it a crack back?
If it's regular season, are they throwing the flag? I think they're just trying to deter, with player safety in mind, trying to deter those hits as that pass is incomplete on 2nd down and goal from the 16.
I crack an eggshell.
There wasn't much contact.
I get your point. I know what you're saying right now. Point of emphasis, of course, and probably will not be called or would not be called in a regular season game.
When there's that little contact, and it's pretty innocuous.
I want to protect the integrity of the game as well, David.
3rd and goal. Tune to Davis. Tracked down and thrown forward to about the 9-yard line. Looks like the Cardinals are going to go for it here in 4th and goal.
That was a nice little job right there by Caden Davis, getting some positive yardage.
You know what I've noticed too tonight, Wolf, that is under the radar subject? How many screen passes that the Cardinals have run? I think all of them have been successful. I think every single one of them has gotten positive yardage. That's saying something, because you know, the previous years we'd see some of the side to side that wouldn't work. 4th and goal on the 9. Tune looking, end zone, incomplete. So the Cardinals turned it over on downs, and it remains 31-10 Chiefs.
Look at the new road uniform before the Cardinals hit the road and travel to Minnesota next week. Classic white-on-white harkens back to the days when Larry Wilson roamed the defensive backfield. The printed Framus sleeve stripes in silver and red bracket the team name on the shoulder. This stripe combo is mirrored on the pant legs in a consistent width from hip to knee. The numbers are outlined in black, and inside the neck embroidered on the collar are the words Bird Gang. Dave, these are icy whites.
Yeah, they're great. Love them. Can't wait to see them in Minnesota on Saturday. They remind me a little bit of when you were playing for the Cardinals, Wolf. Although yours would have had blood on them, would have ruined the uniform within a minute. But they're sweet, man. Can't wait to see them on Saturday. I like the home ones too, but obviously the white ones, those are the road unis. Those have been the ones that get a lot of the buzz in the offseason.
David, you know exactly where I'm going on this one right here. I absolutely love those white roads. Right here. Oh no, here we go.
It's the uniform. Don't look at the man, just look at the uniform.
That was a north-south cut right there.
Not supposed to XO the play. You're just supposed to admire the unis. Passing complete.
I like the skull.
Is in at quarterback, by the way.
I like the skull, David. Sorry for stepping all over you, but I like the skull. Looking on. The furrowed brow. It's one of the best things about playing the game of football. You can step in between the white lines and act like an unmitigated savage, and nobody cared. Then you step outside those white lines. You love people, respect them, and treat them better than yourself. Doesn't get any better.
As Wolf is over here elbowing me just so we can talk. On 3rd and 6, Oladokin back to throw, steps up. Oh, nice move. And dives for the first down. First-year player out of South Dakota State. Picks up the first down. He's the 4th quarterback we've seen play today for Kansas City. The Chiefs open the regular season. They will celebrate their Super Bowl title on September 7th. It's a Thursday night game against the Lions. A lot of people think Detroit is a team to watch in the NFC this year.
Oh, man. You want to talk about physical, David? That is a physical bunch.
Who else? Who are some of the teams? Because there's always at least one that not only didn't make the playoffs, although the Lions got close at the end. Prince running the ball here. But there's always a team that you maybe won 5 games the previous year that all of a sudden turns it around and makes a run at the playoffs. We were talking with Jeff King, former Cardinal player, now part of the Bears personnel staff.
Yes.
Maybe the Bears are a team.
Yeah, maybe they are.
A surprise.
Maybe they're not.
Maybe it's the Cardinals. Who knows? Again, there's always those teams that nobody expects.
Well, that's the great thing about the National Football League. You can go from worst to first and first to worst in a year. It happens all the time.
I'll tell you one team that will not go first to worst unless something happens to Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs. As long as he's playing. And I think that a lot of times when you have a team that is great, that ends up missing the playoffs, you have a question mark at quarterback or an injury. But if you're a team that struggled, that then takes the next step, it's usually because your quarterback plays great. And the Cardinals are hopeful to get their quarterback, Kyler Murray, back to make a difference this year.
I'll go back and I'll answer the question that you asked. I think the New York Jets are for real.
Well, yeah, well, think about that. Now they have good defense and they had Aaron Rodgers.
That's what they did. They had Aaron Rodgers, and that defense with Robert Saleh as their head coach is legit.
Oladokin backing up. And a little Mahomes magic out of Oladokin. Finding Smith-Marset. That's one of the best plays of the preseason, although it might come back. There's a flag down. But how about him backing up just so he could get back behind the line of scrimmage to throw that ball?
Dirty laundry all over the field, and that's not a surprise tonight. That's been the common theme, first quarter to fourth quarter. What about you, David? Who do you think is going to be a team that could surprise? You said the Bears already. You think maybe the Bears?
I just think that division is. I think the Lions.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Ineligible man downfield, offense number 72. By rule, that penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask, defense. That penalty is accepted. 15 yards to the end of the play. 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
I think Detroit, but everybody says Detroit, so it's not like I'm going out on a limb. I'm not sure about Minnesota this year.
Face mask was on 32.
Chicago, I could definitely see that. Green Bay's got some question marks. We don't know yet about Jordan Love. AFC, I think Miami. I don't know if that's again, am I going on a limb with Miami? I don't think so. I mean, Jacksonville, they made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, you know, there's a team that I'm going to be watching closely,
yes.
The Jacksonville Jaguars, just to see if there is any step back from Trevor Lawrence at all.
I don't think there will be. I think there's a big step forward with him and that team this year.
Well, he wouldn't be the first guy that would take a step back before he takes another step forward. It's happened many times. I certainly hope it doesn't. I like him an awful lot, like his game. But it wouldn't surprise me if he was not as effective as he was last year.
Prince past the 45. You know, the Jaguars did what the Cardinals are trying to do. They made a change. They went with Doug Peterson, a guy that, you know, it's different. Jonathan Gannon has not been head coach before, but the point is you're starting over in terms of your culture and your foundation with a young quarterback. It worked with Trevor Lawrence. The Cardinals are hoping that it will work with Kyler Murray. And let's keep in mind, the Cardinals are only 2 years removed from being a playoff team. It's not like it was 10 years ago they were in the postseason. The biggest question mark is, can Kyler Murray get back to being the quarterback he was in the first half of 2021? If he does, then the Cardinals can be in that conversation, be one of those teams. Oh, Ladokin putting on a show, throwing downfield to Ty Freifogel for a big play.
Wow.
Are you in agreement with me, though, that if Kyler Murray plays like he did in the first half of 2021, that the Cardinals can be one of those teams to surprise people in 2023?
Yes, I do believe that. But Kyler Murray has got to embrace the under center play and evolve his game. And if you tell me he's going to do just that, I'll tell you once again, he's going to light it.
And he's got to get on the field first. Obviously, he's got to get healthy and back out there. Gain of 6 here for Prince.
David, he's already proven he can play in this league at a high level. Kyler Murray's been in the Pro Bowl twice, and it was legit. Watch him play. He's got all the arm talent you could possibly want. His legs. Listen, Kyler Murray is legit. Now he's just got to win. He's already proven he can play.
Injured players, Javonte Moffett, who's had a really good camp so far. Back in a moment. And we were talking about Kyler Murray before the break, just to finish up on that conversation as you look at his numbers from last year, which were not bad at all before the injury. But again, he was playing at a Pro Bowl level for much of 2021. Got another flag down here. Kyler Murray is facing the greatest adversity of his athletic life.
Holding. Offense, number 80. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
And here's the reason: because he's coming off an injury.
Yes.
That he has not dealt with before, but he's worked at it. He was at the facility every single day, working on it. Buddy Morris has been a big help with him, trying to get him reconditioned. A lot of people have talked about his leadership, his maturity, all those things growing, and so he's a guy that likes to prove people wrong. It's something he's been doing his whole life because he's had to play that position at what many would say not ideal height and size, and he's wanted to prove people wrong. Well, now he has a chance to do it again, because there are a lot of people with question marks as to whether he will be the guy that he was in 2020 and 2021. A dump off pass caught to the 29. I guess what I'm saying is I would not count out a guy with that kind of talent.
Yeah.
Who can do things on a field that not many people that have played this game can do.
And we've seen him do it. We've seen him do that. No, don't count him out, David. You're right about that. Yet, at the same time, he's got to embrace the under center game. He's got to embrace the idiosyncrasies of it. He's got to want to actually do it. And I think the kid is going to do it. And when he does, it's going to be trouble.
Oladokun's pass is caught inside the 10, inside the 5, and down to about the 2-yard line of Smith-Marset, who is just eating up the Cardinals secondary tonight. 1st and goal.
Boy, what a great throw. Inside right there. Throwing your receiver open. You can see it once again. The coverage is not bad. Run that fade and you throw it inside. That's a great job coming back to the ball.
1st and goal for Kansas City. From the 2, just outside 3 minutes to go. Here's Prince, and he's in for the KC touchdown.
Well, there it is right there, David. You're going to line up, get in the gun. A lot of teams like to do this. This is something we saw the Arizona Cardinals do last week on the 2-point conversion, as a matter of fact. You get into 11 personnel and you go ahead and run the ball in between the tackles. That's something that could be a trend. We'll see it a little bit more maybe than what we've seen in the past. It's not like it's uncommon now.
Another made point after, 38-10, Kansas City. Arizona's official sports headquarters. Just outside 3 minutes remaining in this game. Dave Pasch, Ron Wolfley. The Cardinals trailing the Chiefs 38-10. Cardinals will head to Minnesota in a few days. They're going to practice with the Vikings twice leading into Saturday's final preseason game, and that'll give the Cardinals in 2 weeks to trim their roster, look at other players that have been released, trade options, all that, before facing Washington on the opening Sunday of the NFL season. And back-to-back home games against the Giants and the Cowboys. After that, 3 straight against the NFC East to start the year. Davis with a nice return out past the 30 and dumped at the 33. Take a look at our Toro ground stats brought to you by Toro. Count on it. Keontae Ingram did a nice job in his first action of the preseason. Cardinals averaging about 5 yards a carry as a team, 4 yards a pop for Ingram, including that touchdown run.
Yeah, that kid right there, really like his game and how he plays. I think coming out here and running the ball, being physical and aggressive, he's got that backup spot to James Conner.
David Blau is in the game at quarterback. Clement gets nothing on first down. Blau started a couple games at the end of last year, 5th NFL season out of Purdue, and led the Cardinals to a come-from-behind win in the 4th quarter last week.
Yeah, David Blau rhymes with cow. You know how much I like that, David. This guy, man, he can execute this offense now. You put him under center, he's fine with that. You go ahead, you put him in the gun, he's fine with that. Put him in the pistol, he's fine. He can execute it all.
Short pass here to Clement on 2nd and 10, and wrapped up after a pickup of 3. Approaching the 2-minute warning here. All right, so 2 minutes remaining here in the final home preseason game. Cardinals down 38-10.
This is the 2-minute warning.
All right, back here for the final 2 minutes. Dave Pash, Ron Wolfley, our good friends at SRP, proud to support Arizona educators with their Touchdowns for Teachers program. With every Cardinals touchdown, SRP provides a grant for a teacher near you. Learn more at srp.net/teacher. 3rd and 6 for the Cards on their 37. Blah back to throw. In trouble. Steps up. Pump fakes and set. Wow. Fatukasi got the takedown there, and the Cardinals will have to punt.
Well, there was a lot of action on that by David Blau. Unfortunately, none of it worked, David.
Cardinals going to go for it on 4th, and looks like it'll be 4th and 9 on the 34. Blau throws a deep ball, incomplete. No flags, and then there's a flag at the last second. Daniel Arias, the intended receiver, covered by Lamar Jackson, and so that's going to give the Cardinals a 1st down.
David, I can
Pass
see.
interference. Defense, number 29. The ball he placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
I can see the jersey all the way up here being tugged. Wow.
I don't know that was.
You know what?
And first of all, it wasn't catchable. Well, Lamar Jackson had no chance to even catch it.
Man, I take that back. He had his right hand on him, the jersey, but that was ticky-tack.
So 1:08 remaining, ball on the Kansas City 40. Blau unloads. Arias inside the 20, down to the 17. Rookie out of Colorado has had some good moments in training camp.
That's a great read by David Blau right there on the deep end by Arias.
Clock still running, 43 seconds and counting. Blau on the move. And it's caught in bounds by Arias. And the Cardinals not going to use timeout. We'll try to get this over with here. .15 seconds left. Blau takes a shot to the end zone. Incomplete, going for Arias. 8 seconds to go. Probably 2 more plays here.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the decision right there by David Blau, going to Arias out there, but you got to give your guy a chance to make a play. You're going to throw it out there on the fade, give him a chance to make a play.
See if he goes there again. Arias with a height advantage over the Ron Lowe, the corner.
Caden Davis.
Blau in trouble, hit, sacked, and that'll do it. DJ Thompson ends the game with a sack. Cardinals lose to the Chiefs 38-10. One more preseason game, and that will be on Saturday against the Minnesota Vikings. A week from today, it'll be a 9:30 a.m. start time for the pregame show, 10 a.m. kickoff on the Twin Cities.
Now get ready for that one, David, because there'll be a woman riding a broom in that 4th quarter. Trust me on that one.
Meaning there will not be a lot of starters playing, if any. But there's good work to be had up there because you're having joint practices with another team. You imagine it will be quite physical.
Yes.
And I think, again, when you look at how the first team fared, both in offense and defense, we saw some of the things we saw last week. Wasn't as good as last week, but a lot of the things we've talked about, discipline, physicality on the defensive side, we saw that. Cardinals, they'll lose 38-10 to the Chiefs. This has been an exclusive presentation of the National Football League and the Arizona Cardinals Football Club. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the images and descriptions of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Arizona Cardinals is prohibited. Thanks for watching Cardinals football on the Arizona Cardinals Broadcast Network. Again, join us from Minnesota. 9:30 a.m. pregame show, 10 a.m. kickoff for Danny Surratt, Ron Wolfley, our entire team. I'm Dave Pasch. So long from State Farm Stadium.